54557.
1241.
On Hartford Street in Roxbury.
Okay, thank you.
Apparently it was a serious stabbing up here. Not too sure of all the details. They said he had life-threatening injuries. Apparently it was inside of a rooming house, so let's see what they have.
Bravo 912. 912? Yeah, we're gonna have another transport needed here. So we already have the 103 for one. So we're gonna need either another service unit to pair up, or we're gonna need a two-person car here. All right, so 414, can you pair up with
Not
that?
too sure exactly what took place, but came in as a fight, then it came in as a stabbing. Next thing you know, they had all available units showing up here. So it's kind of hard to say what took place. Hartford Terrace is right there. So I guess apparently this building is a rooming house. Came in at number 6. So that must be number 6 right there. Not too sure of the seriousness of the injuries, but they said they could be life-threatening injuries. So other than that, we're not too sure how it happened or what happened. We'll keep our eyes out and see what happens. See what the news reporter has up here. They might have something more than we have. Take a walk up to the top of the hill and see what they got. What's going on, my man? What you got? The same thing? Long time. Good to see you.
What are you hearing, shooting?
I'm hearing stabbing. Serious stabbing, fighting inside the building. So allegedly it's a rooming house. And it started off as a fight, then it came in as a stabbing.
You know more than our assignment test. Them fools just told me, oh, it's a shooting.
It's not a shooting. Definitely not a shooting. It came in as a fight, a domestic fight. Then it came in as a stabbing. If I really know, no shots. But it is a fatal injury. Possible fatal injury. We don't want to say it could be life-threatening injury. Put it that way. It's serious enough that they called out the team. I don't want to say fatal because we don't know the condition. It's something definitely news reporting though. Definitely something worth reporting on the news.
Yeah.
All right, good seeing you, my man.
What's your name again? I forgot.
Nez.
Yes, okay.
Oh, just say Porter, either one.
Huh?
Porter or Nez, whatever's easier.
No, what you prefer is what I want to call you.
Just say Nez.
All right, Nez.
All right, my man. I'll see you on the next one. All right, so this is going to be a pretty active scene for the next couple of hours. They're calling all kinds of detectives down here, investigators, crime scene response. They may even end up seizing some of this area. Allegedly, this is a rooming house. Not too sure how many people the house is inside. Came in as a fight. It came as a possible domestic fight. The next thing you know, it came in as a stabbing. Upon arrival, police officers seen an individual bleeding, called the ambulance right away, then notified the detectives. So that's what we have so far. As far as the injuries, we don't know how serious it is, but it's serious enough that they called in all the detectives to do the investigation.
Bravo 103. 103. Adam Road at headquarters, 46774.
As far as we know, it happened inside of the building. It wasn't on the outside. We're not too sure what they were fighting over or about. But that's what we have so far. All the local media is probably making their way over here because that just came across the wire. So they'll probably be coming to check it out themselves. If another story doesn't take priority over this one. So this is, it's going to be pretty active.
Bravo 912. Okay, the 661 and actually the Fox 431 are going to be transporting that person to headquarters.
Okay, got it. So the 661 and the 431?
That's correct. Fox 431.
Okay.
Hey, 4, take me off at 6 Hartford Street.
Acknowledge.
So everybody's making their way over here. They're coming from all different parts of the district, heading over here. It's the public relations guy, Felipe. So if he's here, then there's probably going to be a lot of press here. What's up, Felipe? Whenever he comes out, it's a serious incident.
6985.
6985.
Good afternoon, man. Just put me en route to Hartford Street, please.
Get the 95 coming over here too, so get a lot of people coming over, and these guys usually only come over when there's something serious. They might even send the commissioner over if he's probably got wind of it already. Another cruiser pulling up now. It's a E15 cruiser. That's one of the EDTs from the citywide response. So they might end up blocking the street off because it might get so hectic that they might not be getting no cars through here at all. Unless they pull into that area to the left over there.
Vehicle blocking the driveway, 20 Fairbanks.
This is one of those streets that you won't be able to find unless you kind of know where it is. You have to kind of know where the street is to find it because it's not a well-known street.
Got it. 1251. No.
As far as we know, the individual that did the stabbing is under arrest, taking the B2. So that was earlier before the detectives got here. They quickly took him to B2 right away. It gives you kind of an idea of what's going on. I'm not too sure how many rooms this has. Allegedly, this is supposed to be a rooming house, so it could be up to 20 rooms in this particular house. Not too sure. Between 18 to 20. We're not too sure of the exact number. We'll hang around for a little bit and see what happens. As far as we know, they are still doing an investigation, so they're still going over evidence and things like that.
102.
Can you take a ride up to 12 Fairland Street? Initially, the tenant was calling in, looking for assistance to getting his belongings. Now the landlord is calling, saying he's violating his restraining order.
We have it.
Thank you. All right, take care.
So you get it's a D4 cruiser over there, a D14 I should say.
Bravo 981, ma'am. Can we have a start time for the incident on Hartford Street?
Call came in at 12:06.
1206, thank you.
We'll hang around and see who else shows up. Maybe some other local media may show up, they may not. We'll see what happens.
Charlie 902.
902.
Ma'am, can I have an available service car head over to the Boys and Girls Club, meet Sergeant Torino?
Charlie 421, I'm available.
Thank you.
So that's the thing, everybody that's inside this particular rooming house are potential witnesses, or you know, they're probably gonna want to know what their involvement, if anything, if they heard anything or saw anything. Well, they had to hear something because it's only so big. Got a helicopter up in the sky. He's right just about above us. That could be Sky 10 or Sky 7. It's kind of hard to tell from that angle. Usually the helicopter gets over here first before the ground crew gets over here. So the Sky 7 or can't make it out. Here basically get some aerial shots. And then once the ground crew gets over here, they get some ground shots as well. Another news crew just arrived down the street there. I'm not too sure if that's 7 or I can't make them out. Crime scene response has just arrived too. So we'll see what happens. I'm not too sure where they're gonna park the crime scene response vehicle. They may end up blocking the street for that vehicle to park. Should have just pulled into that. I don't think it make that turn now. They should have just pulled right in there. Crime scene response is on scene. Looks like another local media just arrived as well. I'm not too sure what media outlet that one is. So everybody's making their way over here shortly. He's gonna check the rear of the building for maybe possible evidence. We'll see what they have. I guess there's a lot going on, so they're still trying to sort it all out. What's happening? Crime scene response responding. Those are the guys that gather all the evidence. Like I said, we don't have a lot of details. We just know there was an argument that turned to a stabbing, and the wounds are pretty serious. We'll call life-threatening injuries.
Yeah, the kilo 414, getting coming out of here.
Alright, so they're still going to be gathering a lot of evidence. It may take a couple of hours to really figure out what really would happen. We don't know if it's self-defense or wasn't attacked, or who knows.
calling from the library, if we can room the group in front of the library on Boylston. 631, 633. Can you give that an 8-point?
Yeah, you give that an 8-point. We'll have the so the library.
Yeah, Boylston Street 5.
Very good, and rough.
I guess he's gonna back the truck down closer to the building.
Triangle Hotel 4, person, please move up by 19 to White Stadium.
I'm not too sure if they evacuated everybody out of the building or not. I'm assuming they did or told them to stay in their rooms, but we'll see. She calls it a halfway house. It could be a halfway house, but it's been labeled as a rooming house, so we're not too sure if it's a rooming house or a halfway house.
755 Tremont, I have it.
We'll find out later on. We'll look it up and see what it comes up as.
You're welcome.
But it may be a halfway house. Maybe one of those like group homes they have. They got a few of them around the city of Boston.
Delta 411, 14 calls.
14 calls, okay?
Most got a library this week, quarantine.
Charlie 421.
613, 11, 31, and 33 Elm Road.
Acknowledge.
Kilo 414.
City.
Bravo K1. That's K1. Sir, Bravo K1. We're L20, but you can preempt us. Or receive, sir.
So allegedly, this is a they call it a halfway house for veterans. So I'm not too sure if that's the exact terminology for it or not. So I don't know if there's just veterans that are inside there, and some kind of recovery veterans, something like that. And some more news reporters responding, so we'll see what they. A lot of them just when they came across the wire, usually all the news reporters are coming over because it's worth reporting. Usually, like, they don't put it across unless they want someone to come out and report on it.
Delta 101, can you check that alarm? Hold up alarm 399 Boylston. Tate's Bakery is coming in as a kitchen hold up, it says.
We have it. 411 is close by. I'll bring it out though.
Alrighty. Officer Delta 1319.
Keep me busy, huh?
You the one that you gave me a card once?
Yeah, that's me.
You were at the shooting. What was your,
YouTube.
YouTube, what was it? What was your
Oh,
name?
Oh, Nez Porter. Yeah, I forget your name, but I see you all the time.
Yeah,
Matt. I'm gonna. There's two Matts out there.
For us, yeah.
Yeah, so you're the evening Matt, or the
Dayside Matt.
dayside Matt.
Overall, there's probably like 5 of us.
Oh, okay.
If you count all the stations.
I hear you. It's kind of hard to say what transpired. We do know that it turned an argument that turned into a fight that turned into a stabbing, and not too sure what it was over. There's not too many female camera girls, but this is the third female camera girl, and she's out there doing her thing. So the females are taking over, guys, so watch out. Taking pictures of the doorway and the hallway area, and like this. Yeah, keep myself busy. That looks like Sky 10 up in the sky. That's what it looks like. Can't see the logo on the side of it. Yeah, it looks like Sky 10. I can see it now.
Kilo 102. Kilo 102. Sir, this will not be a restraining order violation where the roommate's called him. He's going to move his way in towards the apartment again.
Hey, how's it going?
For an escort.
Hello, Simo. Hey, I mean the same thing. Veterans VA halfway house. Maybe like a sober house, something like that. Possible. Not too sure of it, but. Not too sure who that is, but somebody.
Delta K1.
You can show us clear. Thank you.
Okay.
Charlie 983. Charlie 903. 983, can you take me off code 19 IB Franklin Hill? Good afternoon. 4248 boy.
8 boy, I have it.
Alright guys, that's what we have so far. Look like allegedly there was a stabbing over here after a brief argument, and allegedly a fight, then it turned to a stabbing. So I'm not too sure of all the details, but looks like one person is in custody. We're not too sure of the injuries to the victim. They look like serious injuries, so more to follow. And supposing this is a rooming house for veterans, some people call it a halfway house, some people call it a sober house. So it looked like recovering veterans. I'm not too sure what they're recovering from, so.
We got it.
Not too sure exactly what they're recovering from. They're recovering from something.
Update for EMS, 70-year-old patient, altered mental status after a fall.
General Cosmere Pulaski Skyway, Roxbury, Ladder 4, Center Known Medical, Massachusetts Avenue, and General Cosmere Pulaski Skyway, Roxbury, Zurich, Fox 7273 Southampton and Atchison Street, 1314.
Alright guys, so that's what they have so far. If anything else comes up, we'll get back to you. Right now, it's like a pretty serious stabbing on 6 Hartford Street. And I believe this is considered, still considered, well, this might be Dorchester. It's kind of on that Roxbury-Dorchester line. I'm still calling it Roxbury, but it's very close. Alright guys, if anything else comes up, we'll get back to you. As it has now, pretty serious stabbing.